Okay. Hello everyone. Namaste, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Gita study session. So we are in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We started in previous sessions, 10th chapter, and we did up to 2 verses. So this 10th chapter is coming from the Bhakti Yoga section of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga. Karma means action. Karma has different meanings. So what Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga, why Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga? I see some new participants. I'm gonna try to give some background about Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna was on the battlefield. He was reluctant to fight. He wanted to renounce. The message Krishna says is you don't have to renounce the world. You be in the world. You change your mindset while working. You don't have to renounce the work itself. You change your mindset while working. Apply Karma Yoga. Okay. What is Karma Yoga? How one has to work like a Karma Yogi. So one has to work, do a selfless action as a service to the God, being neutral to success or failure, not getting attached to the result of our action, not even, and one should not expect the results also, without expecting results, without getting attached to the results also. Okay. We went through that in many sessions. About Karma Yoga, and Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga in the first 5 chapters. And Krishna says, Arjuna, by you taking up the path of Karma Yoga, that will help you to attain liberation. Don't think work is so easy thing. Just by doing your duties as a yogi, that will help you to attain liberation. You can have purification of mind. Once the mind is purified, you can go to the next step. You can take the path of Ashtanga Yoga, or you can take the path of Bhakti Yoga. The path of Ashtanga Yoga or Dhyana Yoga, Krishna speaks about in the 6th chapter. Various aspects of meditation, and one has to follow various things. And the practice is strenuous, it's hard, and the perfection also takes years, lifetimes also to attain self-realization or to attain liberation. Looking at Arjuna, at the end of 6th chapter, Krishna starts this Bhakti Yoga. Krishna says, Arjuna, you can take this path of Bhakti Yoga. It's so simple and easy to practice and easy to attain perfection. Within this very lifetime, you can attain liberation, you can attain moksha by the practice of Bhakti Yoga. So what is Bhakti? Bhakti is devotion, a love. We have this emotion of love within us. It's inherited. That's an intrinsic property of the soul to love others and serve others, right? So we love things. We love a phone. We love our family members. We love many things. We love our house, right? So that is a natural. We naturally have this so-called emotion of love. The same love, when it is shown to Bhagavan, God, God, that love, by bringing God in our life, in our consciousness, that will burn away all the sins. They burn away all the sins and burn away all the karmas, and we can attain the Supreme Lord. Krishna also says in the 8th chapter, one would go to the Supreme Lord and will never come back into this material world and doesn't have to go through this repeated cycle of birth and death. So Bhakti or Bhakti Yoga as a means, as a vehicle, one can take to go to the destination of moksha, reach the moksha. Okay, so for me, I'm in here at my house. If I need to go to the Gateway Arch of St. Louis, I need to take a vehicle. The vehicle is my car. That vehicle I can take and reach my destination. I can experience the destination. So same thing, Bhakti is a vehicle I can take to go to the destination of ultimate supreme world of spiritual reality, the Supreme Lord. I can experience that. I can enjoy there. And I wouldn't come back into this material world, repeated cycle of birth and death. Okay, so that is the glory of Bhakti and Bhakti Yoga, the practices of Bhakti Yoga. So we naturally love many things in this world, but may not have love towards God. For us to develop or cultivate bhakti towards the Lord, Krishna teaches everything about himself. If I need to love my father, or if I need to love anything, I need to know more about that thing, right? If I have a stone and if I have a stone that what someone says, like if I go to a person, that's the person says is, so this person, this stone worth is $1,000. Initially, I may think this is not worthy, but ever since I heard this is worth of $1,000, then I started looking at the stone so preciously, keep it in a nice place, right? So, and I go to the other person, he says it is worth $100,000. My love towards the stone increases. More I hear about the thing, more I hear the greatness of the stone. The same thing. Our love towards the God increases when we hear about the God, the glories and greatness of the Lord. More we hear the glories and greatness of the Lord, more our bhakti or devotion to the Lord increases. So Krishna spends all these 6 chapters to speak about himself and his greatness and glories. So I'll give you a quick glimpse of these 7 to 10 chapters in one line. In 7th chapter, Krishna spoke about himself, how everything is created by him, everything is manifested by him. He is the source of everything. Nothing can sustain or survive without the presence of Lord. Entire creation, entire cosmic existence, Krishna or God is there. Okay? And Krishna also speak about there is a covering. There is a covering. We cannot perceive the Lord. We cannot understand the Lord because of the covering called Maya. We went through that in detail. So the Maya consists of 3 modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. The souls being propelled by those modes, we cannot clearly understand the God. But Krishna also says, Mamevaya prapadyante mayamitam tarantite. When we take shelter of the God, surrender to the Lord, Krishna is the one who removes the curtain, and we can clearly understand Krishna. We can clearly understand the God. And Krishna also speaks about there are some set of people who surrender to me. There are some set of people who do not surrender to me. And he gives the reasons why people take shelter of the Lord. And he also speaks about the reason about the people and also the reasons why people do not take shelter of the Lord. And Krishna at the end of 7th chapter says, Arjuna, if you think about me, even at the last minute before you die, before you leave your body, if you think about me, you'll attain me, guaranteed. Then Arjuna was so curious. What is that last minute remembrance I never heard? Can you speak more about it? Krishna starts 8th chapter where he goes more in detail about this Antima Smriti. What is that one has to remember at the time of death? Okay, so Krishna says if a person thinks about the God, remembers the God, and leaves the body at the time of death, it is guaranteed he will attain the God. Okay, and if a person thinks about something else, last minute remembrance, something goes in our mind when we get up from the bed, many things goes in our mind. Right? So whatever happens throughout our day will go through in the early morning, right? Many thoughts will come. Similarly, at the time of death also many thoughts will go in our mind. So whatever the thoughts will go in our mind will become our next destination. Our life will be based on that. If a person is thinking about his dog, meditating on the dog, there are good chances that he will get a dog body. So the last minute remembrance is important. Krishna says, one may ask question like, Krishna, you're asking me to think about you, remember you. How is that possible? Krishna says, whatever you do, in all your actions, in all your duties, you think about me and do. Hmm? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, in all your duties, always, all your circumstances, all your situations, you think about me. If you can think about me, meditate on me throughout your life, it is easy to think about me at the end of death, the time of death. Okay. Um, and Krishna also speaks about various practices for different yogis in the 8th chapter and concludes this chapter by saying that if you can think about me, what is the impetus for one to think about Krishna? Krishna says, if you if you leave your body thinking about me, you'll come to my abode. Tadhama Paramamama, it's a supreme abode. You'll not come back again into this material world. You don't have to go through this suffering in this material world. That world is wonderful place, joyful place. After completing 8th chapter, Krishna speaks about 9th chapter. In the 9th chapter, Krishna talks about, Arjuna did not ask question here, but out of love, Krishna speaks more about himself. Krishna says, I am giving the most confidential knowledge and most secret knowledge by which you can attain me. So what is that confidential knowledge? What is the secret of all secrets? Krishna says it's a bhakti, devotion towards the Lord is so glorious, which is easy to practice. Susukam kartum avyayam. Easy to understand, easy to practice. You don't have to renounce the world. You don't have to control your breath. You don't have to activate all your chakras in the body. It's easy. Sit and chant the holy name of the Lord and various practices Krishna teaches in the 9th chapter. I'll speak about that in a minute. But it's a, yeah, if offering flower to the God, offering flower to the Lord, worshipping the Lord, meditating on the Lord. Krishna gives various practices. So before that, Krishna says this so-called Bhakti Yoga is easy to understand, easy to practice, easy to attain perfection. And Krishna talks about himself again. Again, his relation with this material world. When he descends, nothing affects him. Nothing affects him. And people may have different conceptions about the Lord, who God is. Right? At the stage of maturity of devotion, he could understand and clearly see God in everyone, everything. But if the maturity is not high, one would have different conception about the God. One may think like these demigods are also gods. So Krishna clears that concept misunderstanding about demigods. Krishna goes in details about demigods also. Who are these demigods? What happens if we worship the demigods, or what is our destination? Krishna says a temporary destination. If we worship the demigod, we'll attain that temporary state that is also in the material world. That is also in the material world. Soul will not come out of this material world. Still have to go through this repeated cycle of birth and death. We cannot break the cycle of birth and death by the practice of demigods, going to demigods. And Krishna says, you come to me, you meditate on me, you practice devotional service unto me, then I'll take you. I'll take you to spiritual world. And Krishna also says, giving simple practices, patram pushpam phalam toyam. How to cultivate bhakti, Krishna, tell me. You can offer flower to me, says Krishna. You can offer fruit, a leaf, a little bit of water, natural resources. Krishna is not asking any precious things which we can buy, we cannot afford or may not afford. Krishna says simple things: a leaf, a flower, a fruit, a water. One can take it to the practice every day. Starting today, if you're not doing, you can take to this practice and develop, cultivate love towards the Lord. And Krishna also says, in all your duties, in all your actions, you think about me. And concludes this chapter of 9th chapter. Krishna says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mame vaishasiptevam atmanam atparayanaha. You always think about me, manmana, always think about me, always meditate on me, be in my consciousness, be in my consciousness. It is guaranteed you'll attain me. And Krishna ends that chapter. And Krishna starts this chapter of chapter 10. It's called Vibhuti Yoga, opulence of absolute truth. Okay. We may say, Krishna, I can meditate on you morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. or after coming back from office, I can think about you and meditate on you. That is possible for me. But I'm throughout my day, I'm dealing with many people. I'm dealing with many people. I'm dealing with many situations, many circumstances. How can I think about you? I'm getting attracted to many things in this world. My mind always goes to those things. How can I think about you? How can I meditate on you? And Krishna says this beautiful chapter, chapter 12, Vibhuti Yoga, where Krishna says, if your mind goes to the attractive things, that attractiveness is coming from Krishna, then you can think about Krishna. So Krishna speaks about various practices about himself, all his opulences, so that we can enrich our bhakti, devotion towards him. So look at this picture. The soul in this material world, uh, there is a God, the soul, material world, and God, right? The soul could think about the God, take up the practice of bhakti yoga, and but there is a limit. There is a limit. We can't do like throughout 24 by 7. And we go through, we see many things in this world. We get attracted to many things in this world. Uh, our mind always pulls us towards things. Krishna is saying, see everything in connection with God. See everything in connection with the God. If something is attracting you, bring God in picture. Right? So that way, even while living in this material world, we can bring God in our consciousness. Example, right? So Krishna gives various examples here. The soul in this world get attracted to things. Let's take the things. A nice car, a wonderful car. What soul thinks? I wish I had it. I want it. Hmm? That is one thing. And soul looks at a nice cricket player, wonderful cricket player. He anytime he comes into the field, he do centuries, and soul get attracted to this cricket player, always thinking about the cricket player, what dress he wears, what food he eats, which places he go, whom he married to. Many things soul tries to understand because he get attracted to the a cricket player, right? Krishna say, yeah. So the soul get attracted to it, and soul also get attracted to a place, a beautiful place, a Niagara Falls, a beautiful waterfalls, and tries to go and think about that all the time. So likewise, many things. Soul also get attracted to the um, a good singer. A person has good singing abilities. He's a good singer. Soul get attracted towards this good singer, a good dancer, a good celebrity, whatever. Many things, many things. We get attracted to that. Krishna says, if something is shining, if the something is attractive, if someone has a skill, a good cricket player, he has a skill, he has an ability to make centuries. If a person has ability to sing nice songs, uh, and if a person has ability to dance well, or what are the things, what are the skills you're getting attracted to, all are because of me. All are because of me. Vibhutis, those are my vibhutis. If I can speak something, it is because of Krishna only. Krishna is the one who is through my body speaking. It's hard to understand, but Krishna talks about that in detail. Whatever we see in this world, hmm, anything, anything, God is so much integrated in our life. One might say, like, God is somewhere in the spiritual world. I have no relation with him. He's not doing anything to me. But God is here, is saying God is so much integrated in our lives, so much within our lives. Because of him only, we were able to function. Hmm? And we can see in that perspective, if something is attractive, someone is attractive, or someone's talent is attractive, is because of Krishna only. And when we bring God in that consciousness, when we see God's influence or God's energy in those things, then we can be God consciousness. Then we don't get attracted towards a thing, we'll get attracted towards a God. The whole purpose of speaking this chapter is soul to get connected to the God, not to get attracted towards the material things or material attributes or qualities. Okay, if you can understand this aspect, then we can understand this chapter Vibhutis. Krishna talks about Vibhutis, all his opulences. The whole purpose underline, that is for the soul to get attracted towards Krishna, not to get attracted towards things. Okay, it's already 7. I'll give a quick glimpse of this 10th chapter. Now we started 10th chapter and we did 2 verses. Today we're gonna do from 3. Okay, and Krishna says, Arjuna, here, listen again, listen again. I'm telling you the most wonderful knowledge because Priyamanaya, you are my friend. You are my friend. I love you. For your benefit, I'm going to tell you more things for you to cultivate bhakti, devotion. And Krishna also says, Nobody can understand me, Arjuna. Nobody knows my opulences in full. Not even the great sages, not even the demigods. No one can clearly understand me. Hmm? But if a person could understand me, gain some knowledge about me, such a person can attain me. Such a person will be freed from all the sins. Verse 3. And Krishna says, Krishna starts speaking about his vibhutis. Vibhutis. Huh? Krishna says he is the origin of all the qualities, all the emotions, all the qualities a person may have. A person could be highly intellect, highly intellect. Krishna says that is he is the one who created that. He is the one. Uh, it is because of him only a person is so much intellect. Intelligency also coming from Krishna. Knowledge. If a person can remember something, it is because of Krishna. If a person can forget something, it is also because of Krishna. Krishna goes on, gives a big list. We'll see that today. Okay. And 8 to 11, Krishna speaks about Krishna can be known. I know God is so much integrated in our life, but to get attracted towards the Lord, Krishna can be known towards only through bhakti. Hmm. And Krishna speaks his Chatushloki, this called four verses, Chatushloki of Bhagavad Gita. These four verses convey the message of essence of Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So Krishna says he is the source of everything. Nothing can function, nothing can survive or sustain, and nothing can act without the presence of Lord. Okay. Buddha Bhava Samhita. If a person can understand that, such a person will take up the shelter of Lord and he worships the Lord. And how we worship the Lord? Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhiyanta Parasparam. He always, Chitta, always, his thoughts are always about the God. His thoughts are always about the God. Whatever he sees, he brings God in his consciousness. And he tries to think about the God, meditate on the God. He converse. He talk to people about the God. uh, and he experiences a great bliss, a great happiness, great bliss by engaging in all kinds of spiritual activities. And Krishna says, 10th verse, Krishna is the one who gives proper intelligence. A devotee may not have proper devotion towards the Lord, but Krishna is the one who gives the proper intelligence, proper awareness, so that he can advance in spirituality. And Krishna also says that a person may not have devotion because of past life sins. He may not have attraction towards a God. Krishna, Tesham evanukampardam aham ajnanatam jinaha Nashayami Atma Bhavasya Gnanadipena Bhashita. So just like a a lamp dissipates the darkness, Krishna, who is God, sitting in our heart, dissipates the darkness. He removes all the sins and he instills bhakti towards him. He pulls us towards him. He enables us to practice bhakti. Okay, that is 8 to 11. And Arjuna, after hearing this, Arjuna says, I want to hear more about you, Krishna. I heard from many people about you. Now I want to hear more about you. Tell me more. Tell me more. How much ever I hear about you, I'm not satiated. I want to hear more about you. And Krishna starts speaking about his vibhutis, 19 to 14 here. Krishna says, there is a lot to explain about me, but I can tell little bit about me. Krishna talks about various things. He categorizes Vedas. He takes some four Vedas. Out of four Vedas is Sama Veda, and out of demigods is Indra. Hmm. Indra means he's not a demigod, Indra, but he's giving the ability, ruling power. Indra is the ruler of the demigods, like a commander. The commandership is coming from the god. That is his vibhuti. Krishna is empowering that. If a person is so much talented, it is because of God only. That is the message here. Krishna takes a group, so many categories. He says he is that, he is that, he is that, he is that, because of him only. And Krishna says there is no end to my opulences. There is so much to tell, but I am speaking a little bit here. And there is Idyad Vibhuti Matsatvam. Whatever you see in this world, Krishna gives a broad message here. whatever you see in this world, huh? Whatever the attractive things you see in this world, it could be emotions, or it could be talent, or it could be skill, or it could be personality, or anything, a commanding power, a demanding power, a ruling power, anything you see in this world. Krishna says it's all because of him alone. Okay, so Arjuna again towards the end of this chapter says, Krishna, I want to see that. You're giving me theory, I want to see in practice. Show me practically how you are everything. And to in the 11th chapter, Krishna shows the universal form so that Arjuna could see how God is in everyone, everything, how everything functions because of the God, how everything gets destroyed. He sees many things. Yeah. Arjuna so far had been thinking that it is because of him, his strength, he can fight and kill the enemies. But after hearing all this, after watching this Vishwarupa universal form, where he could see future also, people are getting killed, then he could understand that it is God, he is doing everything. He is just Nimitra Matrena. He is just an instrument in the hands of the God. He could understand that. So anyway, okay, I'll ask someone to read. So we'll come to this third verse.
Yomam ajam anadim cha veti loka maheshwaram asam mudaha sa martyeshu sarva papaihi pramuchyate. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the three worlds, he only, undiluted among men, is freed from all sins.
Thank you, Rahul. So in the previous verse, verse 2, Krishna said that no one can understand Krishna. No one has the knowledge, complete knowledge about Krishna. Okay, not even demigods or not even great sages. Huh? But if a person can understand the God as unborn, ajam, anadim, beginningless, if you can understand or accept the fact that God is unborn, God is beginningless, Loka Maheshwaram, He is the God of all the gods. Hmm? So only such person, he is freed from all the sins. It's not like anyone can easily accept the God. In the beginning stages, we may not have that. We may have some knowledge, maybe may not be. Right? So, but if you are truly convinced, yes, God is there, God is this, I take shelter of the God. By such devotion, by such acceptance, Krishna, God Himself is Sarva Prapa Pramuchyate. Such a person is freed from all the sins. He's a great soul. Okay, so we'll go to the 4 and 5 verse. So it's a combination of two verses, and Krishna starts speaking about his opulences, vibhutis. Krishna starts speaking about his vibhutis. Okay, I'll go one by one, verse by verse. It's broken down into like different bullet points. One verse broken down into bullet points, and we'll go deep into this. So, what is the message in this 4 and 5? Krishna starts speaking about his opulences. Krishna in previous verses said, no one can know him, no one can understand him. How great he is, who God really is, how much God is integrated in many things. Krishna starts speaking about himself again, going in more details about God. Okay. So text 4 and 5 will see Buddhir. So it's a continuous flow, but I'll go one by one. Buddhir, intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence. Hmm. If a person is intellect, he's good at math, he's good, he's like a machine, like a math machine. I've seen sometime I've seen like kids show that person is like a computer. That the prompter or the operator, moderator, they were asking some questions like thousand, one, two, some numbers. That plus this plus times, some multiplication, addition, all those things. And he was within few seconds he can compute all those things. He can say the number, right? So where is that skill? Sorry, I muted. So where is that skill coming from? He may had the practice, okay, yeah, of course he would have practiced, yes, But Krishna is saying that intelligence, intellect is also because of Krishna. So now the point here is not to get attracted towards the intelligence of the things, but to get attracted towards the God who is enabling them to be intellect. Okay, so here Acharya says the intelligence is good, it is coming from Krishna, he is a creator, he is the one who created this so-called intelligence for us to function. Other thing, let's take an example of a robot. If you take a robot, right? For a robot to function like a human with intelligence, knowledge, remembrance, many emotions also. This robot may not have all these emotions. We have emotions. Krishna listed out many kinds of emotions here. We have, if you see the phone and there's so many emojis. There are emojis in the positive emotions, the negative emotions, right? Positive emotions, negative emotions. Krishna is saying it is all because of him only, because of God only. These emotions also will manifest in us. Okay. Um, Here Acharya says about the intelligence, a few additional points here, that the intelligence, the real intelligence is not about gaining material knowledge. The real intelligence is about understanding what is dharma, what is adharma. Intelligence, by our intelligence, we can discriminate. This is right, this is wrong. Right? So sometimes it happens in our life, we are driving and there is a red signal, and suddenly we may not be aware, like, we suddenly realize, oh, there is a red signal, I need to stop, right? So where is it coming from? To discriminate and make a decision immediately. It is from the God only, right? That ability to think and intellectually think and analyze uh, what is right, what is wrong, and what needs to be done at the time. So it is all from the God only, Krishna. So yeah, the real intelligence is to understand really what is dharma and adharma, and also like what about our nature, like who are we? Are we body or soul? We are a soul, we are covered with a body. Gaining that understanding, Acharya says this, different explanations about the real intelligence. Okay, gnana means knowledge. Buddhir gnanam apohanam cha, Krishna says this line by line. So gnana means knowledge. If a person is knowledgeable, he's like a million terabytes of hard disk. If a person has this million terabytes of hard disk, comes in computer language here, like like a high storage memory, high memory. If a person can remember everything, it is because of Krishna only. Krishna says that is also his vibhuti. That's all his vibhutis. Hmm? Um, Matha Smritari Gnanam Apohanam Chan, 15th chapter. We are in 10th chapter. Krishna says, Matha from me comes Smritir Gnanam Apohanam Cha. Remembrance, knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness also. If you're able to forget something, if you're able to remember something, it's all because of Krishna only. It is all uh, by the presence of Lord. He's the one who is making us remember. He's the one who is making us forget. So we may have our spouses. Sometimes or most of the time we forget their birthday, our spouse's birthday, and they say like we remember after next day and we wish them, oh, I forgot your birthday. They yell at us, and we can say like, okay, Krishna said it's because of him forgetfulness comes. So I blame Krishna. I forgot your birthday, my dear spouse, because Krishna said he makes us forget. Can you say that? It is true. It is because of God and God's energies. We are acting and functioning in a way that we remember, we retain, or we forget through God energies. But is also we are not like God is not like a robot. He's control. I mean, we are not like a robots. God is programming us and controlling us. Yes, God is controlling us, but is one important point. The Prakriti is controlling us based on our nature, based on our nature, our habits, our eating habit, our sleeping habit, or dealing with many things, our habits dealing with many things, and because of our mode of goodness, because of Prakriti consists of three modes, which has its influence on us. Sometimes we are in the mode of goodness. Sometimes you're in the mode of passion. Sometimes you're in the mode of ignorance. So what is mode of goodness? Like, we cannot see that, but we can identify by its symptoms, right? So mode of goodness is like when my mind is clear, when my thought process is clear, when I can understand clearly, my mind is serene, calm, clear. That is the time I can say like I'm in the mode of goodness. I'm in the mode of goodness. So sometimes we are extreme passionate, doing quickly, multitasking, doing that thing, busy with many things, so many hundreds and millions of thoughts going in our mind, totally disturbed, restlessness. This is because of mode of passion. Mode of passion. We are influenced by this mode of passion. So there is another thing like mode of ignorance, laziness, tiredness, sluggishness. It happens to us. We all have experienced this, right? Doesn't feel like doing anything, lamenting, crying. This is a mode of ignorance. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Krishna speaks about this in the um, 16th and 17th chapter. Okay, when we go there, we'll go in detail. But it is because of our own nature, uh, we are propelled in certain way. We are made to act in a certain way because of our own nature, our own habits. Okay, but the actual real program is all written by God. Everything is happening because of God, according based on our nature. That's the point here. If I'm able to remember something, it is because of Krishna only. If I'm able to forget something, it's because of Krishna only. It's because of my nature, I'm forgetting. Because of my mode of tamoguna, I'm lazy, tired, not even focused, then obviously I'll forget. My memory will be weak. I can't blame Krishna, but I can understand the forgetfulness that program is also because of Krishna. Okay. So Gnanam here, Acharya says the Gnanam, real knowledge is about like understanding what is matter, what is soul, what is this Prakriti, Chit Atit Ishvara Tattva, Chit Achit Ishvara Tattva, the Prakriti, the material nature, the soul, and the controller Ishvara, the supreme controller. So that is a real knowledge one must have. Asammoha. Asammoha. This is another quality. For us to function, these are all required, right? Intelligence is required, knowledge is required, forgetfulness is required. So all those things we are you can see in our daily life, right? We are thinking intellectually, we are retaining the knowledge, gaining the knowledge. Sometimes we get confused also. Confused. Sometimes we get freed from confusion also. Asammoha, moha means confusion, asammoha, asammoha, the freedom from confusion, illusion. That is also happens because of God. We can't imagine how much God is integrated in our life, and we were able to function in many different ways because of God. Okay. So yeah, confusion, freedom from illusion and confusion. When that happens, we might be confused or not aware of many things. The clarity will come when we gain the knowledge. When we gain the knowledge. Okay. So to connect all this, like one has to have good knowledge about what is dharma, what is adharma, and one can discriminate. And also when that knowledge is gained, the confusion is gone, and one can clearly understand our original reality and the reality of God. I know you may have many questions. You can put it in Zoom chat, or we can discuss at the end. Kshama means forgiveness. Is also one other quality for us to function. Huh? Forgiveness. Some people are naturally loving, naturally forgiving. Where is that quality coming from? God. If a person is so generous, so loving, forgiving, it is also a wonderful quality coming from the God. Vibhutis, God's vibhutis. Mm. Some people are really patient, even though despite many agitations. If your spouse are doing all kinds of mistakes, all kinds of things which we don't wanted, but we still not agitated. If that happens, that is great, right? Most of the time we get agitated when our spouse or our children doesn't listen to us. So despite the situations, if you are still not agitated and forgiving, loving, caring, That's a wonderful quality one must have. That quality Krishna is saying that is also coming from Krishna only. So that is also practice. We may not be forgiving initially. That's a practice one has to learn all this. But most importantly, when we are in the sattva guna mode of goodness, how we can be in the mode of goodness? By cultivating good habits, eating good food, sattvic food, by taking up the practice of meditation, dhyana, and also bhakti, devotion, bringing God in our life, chanting the holy name of the Lord, listening to the Lord. It brings us a mode of goodness, sattva guna, sattvic. It makes our mind sattvic, sattvic. When our mind is sattvic, there is no confusion. We can think clearly, we can gain knowledge clearly, we can intellectually make decisions. Uh, we can be forgiving, we can be loving, forgiving, right? When you're in the sattvic mode. So we can't say like, Krishna, I'm hating someone because of you, because you said you are also, you are that emotion giving me hatredness. We can't blame God. Krishna is making us to uh, act emotionally in such a way based on our own nature. Okay, we can't blame God because our mode of good passion and ignorance, lower modes, we are not in the sattvic mode, but we are functioning in such a way based on our nature, and Krishna is making us to function in a certain way based on our nature. I hope it making sense to you. Truthfulness is another wonderful quality. Like some people are really truthful, honest. When they say, they do it. When they commit it, they do it. Right? So Krishna also talks about truth, speaking truth in the. I'm adding additional points here. So this wonderful quality, truthfulness, is also coming from Krishna. If we are truthful because of Krishna, that is a point. So the additional points about truth is, truth must be spoken. Krishna says truth must be spoken, but it should not hurt others. If our truth, if me speaking a truth, if it hurts others in a negative way, I should not speak truth. Okay, it's okay. I mean, we can lie also. Speak should be pleasant, and it should not hurt others. That is a real truthfulness, being truth, speaking truth. Okay, and truthfulness, like we commit to it, we do it. I say I'll come at 6 o'clock, I'll come at 6 o'clock, right? So that is a being truthfulness and honest. So these qualities, you can see all these emotions and qualities, or we were able to function in a certain ways. It is all because of God only. It's all because of God. At the same time, we are not robots. God is not making us play. According to our nature, yes, God is making us play. Based on our nature, our habits, our mode we are in, God is making us play, or function in a certain way. So dhamma means sense control. Sense control. Some people have good abilities to control the senses. What are senses? We have sense of vision, eyes, the sense of vision. I can see the things. I can see this laptop. I can see a wall or a house and things. I can see many things. The sense of hearing, sense of smelling, sense of taste, sense of touch. And why the sense control dhamma is needed? Because these senses pull us. Just these are in Upanishads. There's a nice example given that is like senses are like horse, a wild horse. If you take a chariot and the chariot has five horses, all these five horses are compared to five senses. The senses are so wild that my sense of eyes pulls me towards seeing the attractive things, make us agitated. The sense of listening also pulls us towards attractive things, to listen to attractive things. And the sense of smell, sense of taste pulls us. We eat one thing, one one jamun or one rasgulla, okay, some dessert. But if we eat one, senses get agitated, and unknowingly, we are pulled just to eat one more. We all have this experience, right? So we start with one thing, one donut or one any dessert. Or when the senses get agitated, we are naturally pulled towards that to eat more, right? It happens to us, right? The sense of touch, touching and experiencing, right? So all these senses are like five wild horses. They pull us, propel us, and damage our consciousness. It is very much required to have good control of senses. How? By dhyana, by meditating, breathing exercises, or chanting holy name of the Lord, being devotionally connected. A person can control the senses, and the ability to control the senses is also coming from God. That is the point here. Krishna is saying, Dhamma, if you can control your senses, it is because of me. Similarly, somehow mind control. When Krishna lists all these things, we can see the greatness of the God. God is not someone who is somewhere in the spiritual world not doing anything to us, one may think, but God is doing so many things to us, even for us to function in many different ways. God is so much integrated in our life for us to function in many different ways. Hmm. Samaha, mind control. Some people are, most of the time, we are in the mode of ignorance, rajoguna and tamoguna, mode of passion and ignorance. Senses are weak. Mind is also weak. Mind generates unnecessary thoughts about many unnecessary things. It will be totally out of control. But we can bring the mind into control by the practice of yoga. It could be dhyana yoga, it could be bhakti yoga. Dhyana yoga practice involves breathing exercises, meditation, right? Bhakti yoga, thinking about the God, chanting the holy name of the Lord. We can control the mind, we can control the senses. When our senses are wild, when the mind is wild, when we are getting many things in our mind, totally out of control, when we chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, bringing God in our consciousness, you can experience this. Our mind is controlled, our consciousness is controlled. How that happens? Krishna says is because of him. Sukham. Sukham is happiness. Happiness. Happiness is also a wonderful emotion we have. We experience it when we taste something nicely, when we watch something, we like it. Many attractive things in this world we get attracted towards. That gives happiness to us. That happiness, also an emotion, is also coming from the God. Not just that. Krishna gives another list. The distress, negative emotions also coming from the God. For some people, happiness means like they have a nice, so much money, some trillions of dollars in their bank, then they're oh happy. Uh, for some people, having more money is also a distress. So much money, trillions of dollars, is also distress. So happiness is not may not be the same for everybody. One person happiness is for other person distress. So it's a relative happiness. So the distress, some people get distress, like lament for many things we all know, many disturbances in our life, so we get distress. That's also an emotion coming from the God. Bhavo, birth or elation of mind when you are in ecstasy. Happiness at its zenith, like highest happiness, right? That is also coming from the God. Hmm? Mental depression. Some people are like thinking about many things, go into depressions, totally gone. Why that is happening? It is because of that person's nature. He lived a life in such a way and he has to go through that situations. But this is also emotion. Mental depression is also an emotion that is also through God only. God only. It doesn't mean one has to suffer with the depression. But if a person takes the practice of any yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, and he can come out of depression. If a person lives a yogi life like a yogi, he will never run into depression. But for us to function, these are all the things you see in this world, right? Krishna saying all these things because of him only. A bayam. Bayam means fear. Fear also comes in anticipation of some danger. Fear also comes in for many various reasons, like loss of fear of losing something. If I have some money, I may be fearful of losing it, right? Fear happens for various reasons. That emotion of fear is also because of Krishna. Mm. Fearlessness. If a person is fearless, it's also because of Krishna. Non-violent. I'll move on quickly now. Ahimsa, non-violence, like not causing pain to others. That is also because of Krishna. He's making us function in a way. Again, the point is same. Based on our nature, our habits, our lifestyle, we work, we act in a certain way. It is God who is the one who is making us function in certain way based on our nature. Samatha, equanimity, seeing friends and enemies equally. Uh, this is also one of the great trait one must have. Satisfaction, tushti, satisfaction, like being content with things. Hmm. I'm happy with what I have, right? So that kind of emotion is also from Krishna, God. Austerity, hmm. Austerity, like voluntarily taking some pain or trouble for a higher benefit. That is tapa, right? You could nicely sit and watch a movie at your home, or you could go to a place and have nice time with your friends, but you did this tapas to sit and listen to this Bhagavad Gita class, the message of Krishna. That's it. There's a voluntarily taking some pains, you know abstraining from sense enjoyment for a higher cause. That is tapa. You did this tapa. We all did this tapa. Right? So dhanam, charity. So some people are naturally charitable. They try to donate. They're generous. They do some volunteering services, seva, all those things. They're also coming from Krishna. So like based on our lifestyle, how we live from many lifetimes, we act in a certain way, right? So we are this all through Prakriti and by the sanction of the God. There's an influence of God in all these things. Yasha, fame, infamy. Some people are really fame, some people are don't have any fame. And Krishna says here, uh, Bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva pratag vidaha. All these various qualities, all these various attributes of living entities are created by me alone. Hmm? These are all the things we can see for us to function. All these things, all these things are needed, or we'll see all these things, right? All these emotions and all this big list here. Krishna is the one, he's the one who created this, and he's the one who makes us function in a certain way, uncertain way. Okay. The message here, takeaway message here is get emotionally connected to Krishna, who is the source of all emotions. The source of all emotions. Okay, we have 2 minutes. Yeah, give me a few. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I can do this.
Krishna is the origin of all living beings. Maharishaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastata mat bhava manasa jata yesham loka imaha prajaha. The seven great sages, and before them, the four other uh, great sages and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them.
Thank you, bro. So this verse is so deep. So in next session, we'll go deep into this thing and we'll have clear understanding. Krishna in this verse is saying is the origin of everything. Hmm? In the beginning of creation, he goes back to the beginning of creation. In the previous verse, he said all the emotions are created by him, all the various things, emotions for us to function, created by him. And we are functioning in certain way is also because of him. And here Krishna goes little further and he says, in the beginning of creation, many things emanated from him. We are not from monkeys. Darwin theory, we came from monkeys. No, Krishna says here clearly, Maharshi Saptapurvi, like there are seven sages, they are the progenitors of the whole universe, They populated whole universe. Krishna says they also not just the emotions, but they also come from Krishna, and how they populated, progenited. We'll go deep into this. So we'll go deep into verse few things from Bhagavatam, right? So I'll explain all these things, like all the tree, how everything it originated and how the universe is populated. So more to come. Since we had this longer discussion, so I'll stop here and we'll go deeper into this verse next session. Okay, thank you all for joining the session today and patiently listening. I hope you have gained some info today. Thank you. If you have any questions or thought sharings, we can take now. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Any questions, thoughts? Yeah, I can hear.
Avicii, I have a question. This is Mira.
I'm
Do you think that when Krishna says, at the moment of death, think on me, how does that work in somebody whose brain is not really functioning anymore? Like, like somebody has an illness and their mind, it robs their mind of like really any, like their body may still be alive, but their mind isn't.
Yes, yes, yes. There are two things to it. I'll say we covered this. So even that person also, few things go in their mind. Even they're restless also. Like they appear like they're not functioning, but their mind also functioning. So based on that, they'll get their next destination. Now we are talking about a devotee. So that is the first thing. And second thing, we're talking about a devotee. If a person is a devotee, he has taken shelter of the God. What happens to that person? And he's not thinking about the God and something else going on. Krishna's there is in Varaha Purana, it is said that the Lord Himself says, if a person at the time of death, who is my devotee, is lying on the bed like a wood, not even moving, totally out of consciousness, such a person, I will give. Krishna Himself says, God Himself says, I will give my remembrance so that He can attend me. He doesn't need to do anything. I will take care of him. I will give him the next my abode. For a devotee. In Varaha Purana, it is said that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miraj. I see someone has a question.
Hare
Oh,
Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Then thank you for the nice class, Prabhu. Prabhu, like we saw in one verse, it says the seven great sages, and before that, four other great sages were born, and all the Manus and everyone came from my mind. So
Mm-hmm.
why is it's all from the mind of Krishna, Prabhu?
Yeah, then we need a deeper understanding. Don't miss the next session. So it is, we know, like from the God appears Lord Brahma. Okay, from
Yeah.
Brahma's mind, like everything gets manifested, like by the willpower. Okay, even Brahma also cannot function by himself. It is God through Brahma making things manifest, as per
Okay.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, we'll go deeper into that and we'll go many things, we'll learn many things. Yes. So from the mind, it is not by the willpower of the God through mind, right? Willpower is through mind. That is through Brahma, not directly by God, but through Brahma, God's willpower, everything is manifested.
Sure, Prabhu. And when it says that before that, four other great sages, others, the four Kumaras, or
Yeah, for Manus, that is Manus. Okay.
Mhm.
But in the universe, it lasts for 311 trillion years, as per scriptures.
One day.
Yeah. And during this time, there are 14 Manus will come. Okay. But Krishna is saying four Manus. Okay. So four Manus are like Samvarani Manus. There are these different Manus.
Mhm.
So we'll look at that in next session.
Okay. Thank you.
So next session we'll go look at that, like the creation, how the creation happens. If you missed the previous sessions, we'll go look at like what's get created from the beginning, how entire universe get populated, and all those things we'll see.
Sure.
Any last questions? Any questions, thoughts, sharings? I know today's session we didn't have a story because it's too technical, many technical things. Any last minute questions, thoughts? Okay, so if no other questions, so thank you all for attending. We'll see you all next Wednesday, same time, 6:30 p.m. And one announcement, this Sunday, September 8, ISKCON Temple celebrating Janmashtami festival at Mahatma Gandhi Center, 5 p.m. onwards. You're all welcome and enjoy the celebrations. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Who is this? My little friend. Is it Michelle or Michelle? Oh, Michelle, yeah. Hare Krishna, welcome to our sessions. I hope you liked it. Okay, phone name. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Continue to join.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Hi, yes, I enjoyed it. I'm so sorry I came in late and I had technical issues. I've never done it through Zoom before, so yeah. But thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to, I'm going to join properly towards the end of September, and then I'll be in every group every Wednesday. And I was going to
Good.
attend the temple on Sundays as well. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on a second. There we go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying awesome. Thanks. Thank you for
Yeah.
your interest. Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for your explanations. It was very clear and helpful. So yes.
Many things to come.
Yeah, there's
You did
just,
not
yeah.
miss. Yeah, you don't think like you missed the previous sessions. I'll try to give an overview of previous sections and try to connect. And Krishna, many things to come, many things to learn.
Good.
We are
Yes,
in
thank
10th
you.
chapter. Yeah, so many things to learn. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Hare Krishna. See you all next Wednesday.
Hare Krishna.